My sister did not believe me when I tried to warn her about her cheating husband. Well, that's probably because she had a secret that she was trying to hide too. So when I figured out both of their secrets, I compiled all the evidence together and I decided I'm going to expose them. My brother-in-law, he cheated on my sister, but she will not believe me. Right now I'm in disbelief. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell this happened. I used to have so much faith in people, but what they have done to me today has made me lose all faith. How does anyone in their right mind cheat on each other and claim to be in love? Love is not supposed to be like that from what I understand, but maybe I was wrong. The perfect couple that I thought would last forever has turned out to be more flawed than I believed. And now I've been kicked out because no one believes me. I thought my sister Lucia was married to the perfect man, but he has actually been cheating on her. I caught him yesterday and told my sister, who proceeded to kick me out instead of believing me. A small part of me gets it, but the rest feels betrayed. Everyone in the family loves him and thinks that he could never hurt a fly. But she is in for a big surprise once he decides to cheat on her again, because I know that he's going to do it. For a bit of context, I've been living with Lucia and her husband for the past 2 years. I completed high school last year and have been figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. My sister and her husband took me in because my old school was not safe. My mom felt like it was not a good environment for me after a series of unfortunate events occurred. So she talked to my sister and enrolled me in a good school where she stays. The school was good and living with them has been wonderful. They're pretty laid back and I'd do most of the chores as I felt it's the only way I can repay them for their kindness. So, next year I plan on going to college. But I do not know what I wanted to do. So this is still to be figured out. I've been doing some part-time work, but I don't have a stable job. So basically, I'm in a stagnant point in my life, but I will figure it out. They have been so kind to me, and I'm grateful. But what they've done is leave a sour taste in my mouth. Turns out that people are never who they say they are. A day ago, I had a doctor's appointment. I've been suffering from nosebleeds. It's a thing from my childhood that's flared up again recently. I went to the doctor, visited a friend, then went back home. I knew that no one was going to be home, but then, when I arrived, I noticed Craig going into a house a few doors down, and he was supposed to be at work, so I was a bit curious. Not even 10 minutes after I got home, he sent a message on our group chat saying that he was going to come home late from work, so my sister should not cook, he'll bring us food. I had to find out what was going on because the person I saw going into the house was him. So I got up and went snooping, and I looked around the house and looked through the window to see if I could find anything, and there was no one, and I was so close to giving up. That is until I looked around the corner and saw an open window, and then I heard the sounds which indicated that something was happening in there. So I looked through the window, which was where I caught Craig, and the neighbor. I was disgusted, shocked, flabbergasted. It was bad. I could not help but scream. They saw me and stopped, and I just ran. As far as I could away. Minutes later, Craig came home. He looked like he had been through hell, and he was crying. He was telling me about how much he loved my sister and did not want to lose her. He said that he made a big mistake in a moment of weakness, and he got on his knees and begged me. This was a difficult position for me to be in, and on one hand, I used to respect this man because of how kind he used to be to me. But on the other hand, there is this loyalty to my sister. He told me that he did not want to hurt her, and I felt really bad, and did not want to ruin their marriage, so I agreed to keep the secret. I should not have, but I did not want to break her heart. They have the perfect marriage, and if I were to ruin it, I would be shattered. So I told him that I would keep quiet. Inside, I was burning. I felt like I had committed the biggest crime ever. When my sister came back from work, I could not look in her eyes. My mind was far away, and then to make it worse, I decided to go to the bathroom. We have two, theirs and the guest bathroom, and Lucia was already in bed at the time. As I was passing their bathroom, I heard him talking on the phone to somebody. When he said babe, I stopped. I listened as hard as I could, and I heard the most shocking details. I heard him telling the woman he cheated with that he got away with it because I would keep his secret so he would see her soon. Hours ago, he begged me to keep the secret. I only agreed because I thought he was regretful. It was not just so simple for me to tell my sister. She would be absolutely shattered, and I would feel like it was my fault. But finding out that he did not regret it and would do it again made me so mad. My sister does not deserve that. I changed my route and went straight to my sister, and I blurted everything out in one very long sentence. Lucia just sat there staring at me because she was in shock. He chose at that moment to enter the bedroom, and she asked him if he was cheating, and he said no. She told him that I had seen him and he just acted dumb. Then she told me to go and sleep. So I went to sleep. Last night I did not sleep because they were shouting at each other and I was so scared. I've never heard them shouting at each other and I felt so guilty as I was the one who cheated. I ended up falling asleep due to exhaustion. In the morning, my sister woke me up and told me to pack my crap because I was leaving. She told me that she never expected such behavior from me. Apparently, I was jealous of her marriage and a troublemaker. She said that she did not know why I lied. She asked me to stop lying and tell the truth. I begged her until I started crying, and I know what I saw, and it was her husband cheating on her. She told me that I was a liar. He was a good man. She asked me how such an honorable man would cheat, and she told me that it was more likely that I was lying, so because of that, she wanted me out of her house. She also told me that she told my parents that I was coming back home because I've been disobedient. Within a few hours, I was on a bus back to my parents' house and in the same town that I thought I escaped. My parents are mad at me and they don't believe me. In the past hours, I've been called so many words. They've told me to just tell the truth and I'll be forgiven. But the truth is what I already told. Craig cheated on my sister. And she does not want to believe me. Yeah, I get it. Everyone thinks that man is a saint. But I got news for you. He's not. They'll see one day that I was not lying. I've been back for a couple of hours now, and I feel so tired and drained. I just wish that one person would finally believe me. I don't even want to think about my future now. All I can do is replay the last couple of hours because, well, it's 2 a.m. as I'm writing this, and I can't eat. I can't sleep. My anxiety is killing me. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm going crazy right now, to be honest with you guys. What's up, everybody? Mr. Reddito here. I can't believe they don't believe OP. Anyways, there's multiple updates to hop into, guys, so let's just hop into update number 1. By the way, it's 2 weeks later, and Lucia's cheating on her husband too. So they're both two cheaters who don't know that they're cheating on each other. It's hilarious. I feel like they both deserve it. I used to feel sorry for my sister because she's married to a liar, but finding out that she's also a cheater has left me with a bitter taste in my mouth. It's so funny how I found out that she was cheating because I was not looking for it at all. It just happened. I learned my lesson the first time. I've not told anyone. You guys are the only people who know about this and who I think might be able to help me. I feel that something has to be done. I've been made to look like a jealous liar while these two have been hiding what they do. It's so sick and disgusting. Wow. When I first found out about this, I thought that they were in an open marriage. But I've read through everything, and I can tell that this is definitely a secret affair. The proof that I have is text messages, but I feel like anyone can argue that they're fake, so no one's going to believe me. And I don't want to get punished more than I have been so far. My mom took away my phone and laptop for 2 weeks, and then she made me work for her and some of our neighbors. She basically made me do community service, and she told me that if I do not want to do it, I could leave. I have no money, no job. Where will I stay because all my friends are in the city? Here, I could never get along with anyone. In the end, I gave up and said that I lied. My mother, well, she, quote, forgave me and she gave me back my gadgets. There's a messaging platform that we regularly use, and on my laptop, Lucia's account is linked to my device. I forgot about it because I don't have a laptop. Then when I got it back, the messages started to come through. It was strange because I never get notifications. I was watching something on the internet and then a message popped up. It was a very, very naughty conversation between my sister and somebody named Brian. I clicked on it, and the horrors I found. I'll not even mention some of the things that, well, they were talking about. The chat was long. They talked about meeting up, missing each other, etc., and she told him that her husband thought that he was only a colleague, so he would never suspect it. It was disgusting, to say the least, and when I looked through her messages with her husband, they were more in love than ever before. In fact, they were talking badly about me. They talked about how much they hated me and that they thought I had a crush on him. Like, ew! I would never look at Lucia's husband like that. I got angrier as I read more of the messages, and it's very ironic how her husband thinks that he got away with his cheating, and when he doesn't even know that she's cheating on him. I swear I did not see this one coming. Do these people even have hearts? And I feel like this can go on for a very long time. They're both focused on other people, so they cannot see that their partner is cheating. I mean, I don't get what the problem is. I thought that they loved each other. They are literally the couple that everyone looks up to in the family. They are successful, kind, respected, and all the parents tell their kids to be just like them, but no, it appears that they're hypocrites. Now I have to pay for this because they cannot stay loyal to each other. I've lost so much because of them. Now my parents don't trust me and I'm stuck in this town. I do blame them for the fact that my life is on hold. Well, I did that to myself, I guess, and now I feel so hopeless. I don't know what I want to do. At least when I lived with them, I was in a better space. I feel like I should not have taken a gap year. You know what? I'm done talking about them. Please give me ideas about what I can do. I'm not good at math and reading. I do like art, but I do not like people that much. I don't want to work behind a desk as well. Can you suggest some careers? Maybe something that'll be interesting to me, and I will do it in the next year. To be honest, I'm scared of failing and then having to drop out. But I don't want to sit and do nothing for the rest of my life. I'm so indecisive, and it's terrible. Update number 2. I know that I said I was not going to bring up the issue of Craig and Lucia ever again. Well, this is a bit difficult because they're going to be living with us for the next 2 weeks. I asked Mom if she could let me stay with my aunt. She told me that she wants me to apologize to them and fix things with them so it's better. I would rather eat tree bark than apologize to them. Now everyone thinks that I'm a liar and I'm a terrible person. They're busy cheating on each other, but everyone thinks that they're the epitome of honor. I hate this family, I swear, I really do. And I wish I could be anywhere else that is not here. I'm not valued, and I'm treated like I'm not important. I talked to my mom about my future the other day, and she listened to me for all of maybe 2 minutes, and then she said that she was on a call. I tried to talk to my father, but he told me that he was tired. He told me that I'm grown and should simply figure it out myself. I've been sending my CV to different places hoping that they'll take me in. So far, no luck. I'm thinking of moving to another town at this point, and if I find something that pays well, then I will move out. At least I'll have my own money, and I'm so sorry for throwing a pity party, but I feel like no one listens to me or cares about me in this family. Update 1 week later. Thank you all for the encouraging comments. You're right. The victim mentality that I have, it must go. For real, I have to take control of my own life. Life sucks, but crying about it will not help. So I've decided to do 2 things. I decided to take the cleaning job I was offered at the local daycare. There's literally no jobs in this town, and it was all that I could get. My mom told me not to take it, but I decided that it was better than nothing. I've also decided to read up on different university courses. I have some interest in anything that involves art, and there's a good variety of careers. I'm going to sit my parents down and tell them what I want to do. I just hope that they'll be willing to pay for it. Secondly, I've decided to expose the lying cheaters. They've been here for a few days, and they're insufferable. When I'm not at work, I go for walks. It's the only way that I can be alone because they've occupied my room. What they don't know is that I have a plan for them. I'm going to expose them. I feel that the truth shall set them free, and I get them off their high horse. They have been treating me like crap since they arrived. My sister, she literally does nothing around the house. She treats me like the helper. She makes backhanded comments about how I will amount to absolutely nothing. And then there's Craig. Ugh. He's so proud of himself for getting away with cheating. I tried to avoid being in the same room as him, to be honest with you guys. But when we are, he is so smug. He tells me that it's my fault that I lost out on such a good life. They are currently here for a family event that's happening in a few days, and everybody will be there, which is when I hope my plan will have come together. I'm gambling at this point, but I need this. I've been treated unfairly, and I don't know, somebody needs to pay. Once they see each other for who they truly are, they will get off their moral high horses. I'm standing up to myself and making sure that they pay. Update number 3. I've just come back from the family event. It went according to plan, and I'm so happy that they've finally been exposed to the whole family. Now everyone believes my version of the events finally. I don't even have to work that hard to get proof that they were both cheating. Before going to work, I activated my cameras in my room. I made sure that I had them angled so that they would only capture them when they were by the dresser of the door, etc. All I needed was just 2 phone calls. One from him to his mistress and one from her to her lover. Once I had that, I deactivated my cameras. It did not even take a day. By mid-afternoon, my sister was on a call with her lover. She talked to him about how she missed him and was going to see him as soon as she came back. Craig, on the other hand, had another surprise in store for me, for he did not have 1 but 2 women that he was cheating on her with. In addition to that, I had the screenshots just in case they tried to deny that they were cheating. I spent another day editing the footage to make sure that it got the best moment and was not too explicit. It was mostly clean and quickly got to the point. I thought that, well, their getting my room was a bad thing, but turns out that it actually worked in my favor. On the day of the family function, I got home early from work and started helping my mother out. My sister was the Queen of Sheba. She did not touch a single thing, and she was constantly on her cell phone. But I do not mind because she was about to get her own at the end of the day. Payback for being a hypocrite. By early afternoon, most of the family members had arrived. The men set up the barbecue outside while the women did cooking and talking and whatnot. I talked to my other cousin, Melody, and she told me how she was in graphic design and that she was absolutely loving it. She told me where she went about it, and I needed a degree and up to 4 years, and then I could work. I liked the idea of it. 4 years of progress is better than 4 years of doing nothing. If I don't like the course, I can always change and find something else later on. But I will give it a chance. I'm getting off track now, so guys, I decided to play the little film later on in the evening while everybody was just chilling. We had eaten dinner and we were just sitting there, and I told my mom to gather everyone around because I wanted to show them something very important. At this point, I was nervous as I've never had anything done like this before. I told them that some time ago, something happened that left me humiliated. I've recently found some evidence which suggests that I was right. P.S. I made sure that my tape was not too explicit. The youngest person there was 17. There were kids, but babies who had no idea what was going on, so then I went ahead and played the tape out for everyone and watched as the pandemonium unfolded. I first played Craig's tape, and with the first women that he was talking to. My sister shrieked and started attacking him, calling him names, but people pulled her away. Everyone was shocked and talking all at once, and that would not do. I needed to show them the full tape so that they could understand. So, then this time I played Lucia's tape and included her text exchange with her lover. It was like all hell broke loose. The both of them were shouting at each other and nobody wanted to hear the other one, and my mother was absolutely mortified. She quickly stopped the tape and then she dragged me off. She was fuming, asking me if I thought that a family event was the right time to expose them, and I then asked her if my sister had not publicly thrown me out when I tried to tell her about her husband's cheating ways. Then I also told my mom that she is such an advocate for truth, and now she's faced with the truth. She was silent for a while and then she started to cry. She said that she did not know what sort of child she's raised, and how could her own daughter decide to be a cheater? And her son-in-law was also not who she thought he was. I told her that I had been right, correct this whole time, but she never listened to me. Then I told her that I was going somewhere with my cousin Melody, because all this had nothing to do with me. I had clued in Melody a couple hours ago that I would need to go somewhere after the party. She had some friends in town who wanted to see her, and since she could drive, she drove us there. Her parents got 2 rooms at a motel, which is where I'm at right now. My mom told me before I left that it's better for me to return in the morning. It was going to be a long night, and they were probably going to have to contact Craig's family as well, since he also cheated. I figured that would be the case, and I'm just happy that I don't have to be there, because I know it's about to be absolutely explosive. Tonight, I'll sleep like a baby, knowing that I got my revenge, and my innocence has been proven. Update 4 months later. After both of them were exposed, there was drama that lasted for days. They would not stop shouting at each other, and they got physical with one another. Each one felt betrayed. About Lucia, well, she was the most offended. She told anyone who could hear that her husband had been cheating on her with 2 women. When she went back home, she confronted those 2 women and got into fights with them. One of them pressed charges of assault and she got arrested. When she came out, she found out that her husband had changed all the locks on the doors. When she went to work, she found out that she was, due for her disciplinary hearing. She's broken so many rules, especially since colleagues are not allowed to date unless they go and sign these certain forms in HR. In addition, she was his superior, so they were not allowed to have any relations at all. Both of them lost their jobs in the end because they would have known better. In all this, my brother-in-law is the one who ended up better off. The apartment was his, and they even signed a prenup when they broke up, so the only thing that she had was her car. She had no choice but to move back in with me, Mom, and Dad, because nobody wanted to take her in. Even her own friends were embarrassed to be associated with her. When she came back, we talked about what I did. She said that she wished I had come to her first with the evidence that I had. She had been wanting to leave her husband for a while, for she knew that he was a womanizer. She tried to cover for him for many years, but he kept on doing it. So she gave him one final chance. When I told her what he did, she realized that I could easily tell other people about this, and if they believed me, then her reputation was going to be in the gutter. At the same time, she was already cheating because she was tired of the way that he treated her. In front of other people, he adored her, but she was so tired of finding other women's pictures on his phone. She wanted so badly to hang on to their reputation as a power couple, but she was tired. She was crying when she said that she should have taken the chance when I first exposed him to leave him. But she thought that it was fixable, and she was also scared that he might try something with me next. So she felt it was better to send me home. She said that she was sorry about how much of a mess that she's made of things. To be honest, I also felt bad. Maybe I should not have been so public with the revelation, but nothing can be done now because it's already out there. We're not back to how we used to be before, but we're cordial with each other. I, on the other hand, hope that I will be out here soon. There's a place I applied for graphic designing, but I have not had a response yet. Final update 2 months later. I got my response last week and I've moved to a new city. My parents are paying for everything and they support it. I also have money that I've been saving up for my job, and I want to use that money to make more money. I just don't know, how to yet. My sister has been going through an ugly divorce for the past couple of months. She's been trying to get the apartment from him since he's been cheating on her for years. The only proof that she has, though, is the recent tape. She has no other proof that he started it and it was revenge cheating. She's been struggling to find another job for a couple of months, but last month she started working again. She's still staying with our parents since she lost her apartment in the divorce settlement. Her ex-husband is very proud of himself for how he got away with what he did. He was proud, of course, until one of his mistresses exposed him on social media for giving her an STI. I woke up one morning to my sister sending me social media post where this lady did an all-tell-all. She says that she's not the only person he's been sleeping with, and if anyone else has recently been with him, they better go get tested. Women were bashing him on the post, and he has since released a statement saying that he has been getting threats and that people should stop. But the women who made the post said that she tried to contact him before she made the posting. He told her that it was not his problem and that she should leave him alone. You know what they say about a woman scorned? Lucia is over the moon because he has been exposed for who he is. I'm also glad because I hate that man so much. My sister also did something crazy, but who started it? He's used to getting away with things, but karma always comes full circle. His family has all made their social media private, and it's not like he's trending, but within a small town, such a rumor will always be someone's business. And his parents live in our town too, so they can't even go anywhere without being asked about their son. I feel sorry for them because they have to, now pay for his mess. I know what it's like when people talk about you. It's not the greatest feeling. Enough about him and more about me. I'm so excited to finally be starting my courses. I've looked through some of the content and so far it seems very exciting. I'm very happy to finally have my new life back on track. I'm glad that I did not give up on my dreams, so here's to the next 4 years of my life. It looks like karma was flying all around in this story, but that karma was not for OP. It was for OP's sister and her significant other, because at the end of the story, we found out that he had to get tested for certain diseases. And also, the sister, she lost everything and had to move back in with her parents after losing her job, her apartment, and her significant other. But I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the way that OP went about exposing her sister in front of everybody with all the evidence piled up? Guys, let me know your thoughts on this story. It was definitely a wild ride, a roller coaster of emotions. If you're new to the channel, my name's Mr. Reddito. I narrate stories every single day. And I also want to tell you about an interesting channel I just started. Besides this one, I started Mr. Reddito's Revenge. It's a revenge channel based about stories of karma and revenge. So if you want more daily videos, you can find that link down below in the description, or just type in the YouTube search bar, Mr. Reddito's Revenge. Guys, have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, it's cool to be kind. See ya!